recording is started. And that'll be popping up on your screen. All right. So I am Mr. Haley and welcome to Computer Concepts. There are some bad storms in the area, so some people might be having issues getting on. And the other thing is the class is recorded, so people might be waiting for the recording as opposed to joining live, or they'll be joining live soon. So I want to go ahead and get it started. I'd like to get started on time because when we get started on time, then we can go ahead and get out on time. So if you have any questions during this course, please feel free to type those down in the chat box. And
You still talking?
yes, and so I can hear, yes, I can hear you. All right. So if you have any questions, please feel free to type them down in the chat box or unmute your mic. You can ask them directly. And but we're going to go ahead and get going here. And we are going to start with screen sharing here. So I'm going to share my screen. And this, of course, is your home page. And this is where you're going to come and start everything. And in this class, especially, you will need to have either a PC, a laptop, or a MacBook to do the course. And the reason being is this item right here where it says SimNet. SimNet is what we're going to be doing our chapters in. That's also going to be where we're going to be working with our quizzes. And when we get to the point where we're doing our projects, those machines happen to work best with these as far as in space. But if you have a tablet, it would have to be an Apple iPad. SimNet does not work with the Android tablets. It has to do with the operating system. So that's the reason why SimNet does not work with the Apple or Android phones. It is the operating systems. So if you do not have the proper equipment to do the chapters or the quizzes, that's when you would need to go to the campus to work on a machine there. Okay, do not try to use a uh, phone to do the chapters or the quizzes. It will not work. It will look like it's trying to work, but it will not. The other thing is the Canvas app. If you are using an iPad, uninstall the Canvas app on it and use Chrome, and you will use Chrome to go here to the student portal right there, portal.southerntech.edu, just like you would on a PC, Mac, or Chromebook. If you're using a Chromebook, also use the portal. Do not use the app. Okay, the app does not function properly in many cases, and Southern Tech does not actually support that app. Okay, so you would use that. Come in here to Canvas. And this is going to be important because we will use this part here for 365 when we do our projects. And this will allow you to get to all the Microsoft programs at no charge. All right. So now that we are, whoops, over here in the right course, over here, um, there's some things on the screen that are tempting to use, but you're better off to not use them. So I'm going to view this the same way you do. Okay, the to-do list. Everybody wants to work from the to-do list. I just wish the to-do list worked for us. Okay, since we are working in a third-party book, SimNet, the to-do list does not work well. Okay, so what happens is you will see things in here, but this goes by due dates that are in here. like June 7th, which is Sunday. So it kind of gives you the impression that you don't have to start working until that date. If you do that, you're going to have too much work on one day and you may not finish everything. So do not use the to-do list and everything does not launch from it. So you're going to get an error saying that no preview is available, and that's going to cause confusion. Now, SimNet is run by McGraw-Hill, and you're going to see it over here. Again, do not launch it from here because you're going to have difficulty finding your assignments. I will show you where to go, and that's in modules right here, or you can click on the week that we're in. These will take you directly to your assignments, so you do not have to find them. For some reason, people will want to go the long way to try to find them. Do everything under modules, okay? Now your grades, when you click on that, it will show you all your grades. Anything that's done as a chapter, it will not show you that the status is complete, but you will have a score. If you have a score under here, your grade is fine, okay? Anything that's a project, it will show that it's submitted. Chapters will not, and quizzes will not show submitted, but you will have a score. All right. Now, even though there's a hot link here, these do not launch your actual chapters and things from them. Again, we're going to go to modules. And when we come in here, you're going to see right here that everything is grayed out here. And that's because we need to do these two items to open our class. And that is the online honor pledge. We're going to click on that. You'll say take the quiz. And it's a 2-question quiz. And the wording's kind of a little strange on them. The first question, basically what that says with this I affirm statement, is that you're going to do the course yourself. So you click agree. If you do not agree, you will have a conversation with your campus to explain why someone's taking the course for you. Now, that's not meant to sound sarcastic. What that is the truth. Because what you're saying is someone's going to do the work for you. So they need to find out what's going on there. Question 2 is a little more confusing. What this is saying is you understand you do have to have a Windows or Macintosh, but that has been expanded to Chromebook as well because of its use. And now we are able to use iPads with some exceptions. With that iPad, I strongly encourage you to have an external keyboard because when you're working with it, that on-screen keyboard will cover so much. Get an external keyboard that has a touchpad on it or use a mouse, all right? And again, no Android tablet. Scroll down and say you agree that you understand if you do not have that type of system, you will go through and use the campus right there. Campus hours Monday through Friday. They do not have Saturday hours. Transportation to the campus, if you have issues, it's as the same as if you had a class on campus. All right. So that is what you would do. Then I want you to do those, submit that quiz, and then go back to the modules. The other thing you have to do for your attendance and to open your class is the introduce yourself. Now this introduction, you come here, tell us about yourself and why you chose your career path and how you think computer skills might help you. Because computers are a part of every career. You might not think you're going to use it, but you do. I mean, they help us drive. They help us at Taco Bell when we place our orders. They're in the phone you use. So when you say that you're not going to use them, as we go through the course, I'm going to show you where and how you use them. And so I see Taylor's typing. Okay, so where you do the quiz is when you're on the home screen. Everything you're going to use is right here under modules, and you're going to scroll down right there, first day of class. Right there, the online honor pledge. You need to do that one, and then what we're talking about right now, introduce yourself. Okay, so now the other thing here is tell me why. Now, any of these discussions, and this is key here, I don't want you out there and using AI to come up with the answers. I know AI, I use it a lot for a lot of different things. I want to know your thoughts, your real thinking. In this case, this is you. Don't cut and paste this into AI because I can cut and paste it into 6 AI checkers and we can play ping pong like this, okay? I want to know what you think. Your thoughts matter to me. I read all of these, all right? That's my job is to read all of these. So tell us a little bit about yourself, why you chose what you did. Okay, some people do it just for money. Some people have connections to it, etc. Whatever it is, click reply, this green button here. Type what you need. I'm just going to put this is a demo. Okay. Now this one here, it says there's a minimum of 50 words. Now here's the thing with the minimums. Okay. Write a good response. If you have 49 words, I'm not going to go ding, 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 ding. But if you're dropping in short answers of 5 words, yeah, I'm going to go ding, ding, ding. Because if you're writing real answers, you don't have to worry about those minimum words. All right? You're in a college, you can write. You have what it takes to give answers. Have the confidence in yourself. You can do these things because these are questions that you're going to be asked in this course that you don't need to do research because I want to know what you think. And you know what you think? I want you to put it down, right? Because we're all going to be doing this. And you're going to write things and I'm going to respond and you're going to respond. In this one, just tell us why, what, okay? And you're going to see other people's answers, but write your own and then click reply. Boom. All right. And then go back to the modules. And what you're going to see is once it's in there, your class is going to open up. All right. Oops, I did put it in, didn't I? I thought I did. Let's see here. Yes, I did. Let me go back to the modules. Didn't register. There we go. And you can see my week 1 is now open. Okay, so now let's talk about your every week. Every week, your classes will, or your class opens on Monday, right after midnight. Okay, every one of your assignments is available to you. Every one of them, always right after midnight Monday. That means you can do all of them. Okay, they're all available to you. So that means if you did all of them, you're done for the week. Has everybody got that? If you do all of them, you're done for the week. So if you do all of these by Tuesday, you are done for the week. If you do them Thursday, you're done for the week. Okay? Everything closes and locks Sunday. at 11:59. If you are not done with them at 11:59, you can't get into the assignment. Does everybody understand that? Yes, yes. Look for those emojis or drop a response in the chat box. Okay. So, but you'll see something's due here and I need something by Thursday, and I'll tell you that I'll need it. Okay. We do attendance on Monday and Thursday in this class. Tonight's attendance, these two items right here. The online honor pledge and introduce yourself right here. Two items below must be completed first day of class by 11:59 for attendance and to unlock your class. Okay. At 12:01, you don't get attendance. All right. Everybody got that? 12:01, you don't get attendance. You still will get the points for finishing the assignments, but not attendance. The due date is due date. Okay. Attendance is attendance. So every Monday you'll have an assignment to help you get attendance. That's because every job you're going into, you're going to have projects, you're going to have due dates. So one part of the project can go to the next group to finish theirs, to finish theirs. You're going to be working on things like this. It doesn't matter if you're electrical, if you're working in HVAC, things like that. If you're working in the vet field or if you're medical assisting, things have to be there on time every time. You can't have projects slipping. So that's why dates and times are critical. All right. Now, Thursday, anything that says here due by Thursday, any assignment that was not counted Monday, any assignment from that point forward, you'll have to have one of those done for Thursday attendance. Okay. So you'll have to finish something for Thursday attendance. And then everything else, you'll have to finish by Sunday. Everybody understand that? I see Elijah typing. Da, 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 da. So I want to make sure everybody understands that. That's why I put due Wednesday at midnight, this discussion here on AI. Because if you do that discussion on Wednesday, like I ask, you'll have attendance for Thursday. All right, so everybody got that? And then everything else, as long as you finish it by Sunday, you're good. But hopefully you won't wait until the end. Okay? So these are the assignments, and I'm going to go over them. Just so you know, a chapter takes about 45 minutes. Okay, are you in the modules, Elijah? Go to modules, scroll down past resources, should be under first day of class. Make sure you have this checked. And you are not on a phone. Correct? And underneath first day of class, you'll see online honor pledge and introduce yourself. Typing. And you're not on the app. The other thing is Chrome works better than Edge. If you are running Edge, I strongly recommend downloading Chrome. Not because I'm selling Chrome, it just works better with Canvas for whatever reason. Let's see what Elijah says. One second. Let me see which class you are in here. Elijah, are you here for the computer concepts? That's why. If you were here for the career prep class, that was at 6 o'clock.
Excuse me, sir. Was that with Miss Amy Parker?
Yes, that was at 6 o'clock.
Okay. On the email that they sent out, that's inside the module, it said to be to join the live feed at 7 p.m.
Okay, I'll let her know that that's going to be at 6 o'clock this month. All right?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
There will be a recording on the first page of the home page, so you'll be able to watch that tonight. It'll be out there later this evening. All right, so
Okay.
you'll be able to watch that, so you won't miss tonight's lesson entirely. You'll be able to watch that. All right,
Okay. And would you be able to let her know that Walter Butler and Deshaunte Hamilton came into the class because they thought it was at 7 p.m.?
perfect.
All
Thank you
righty.
for
Thank
letting us know, though.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. All
All right.
right. All right. Sorry about that, class. Okay. So that explains that. Okay, so we'll go back to this. So now that we have that, so you have access to work ahead in the week we're in. We cannot go ahead multiple weeks, but you can finish the week you're in ahead of time. That is up to you as far as in how fast you want to finish the week. Okay, now let's take a look at these assignments. Once you have those, you'll notice that the next assignment that says due here is the week 1 discussion on AI. We're going to click on that. And it talks about artificial intelligence, which everybody has heard about this, ChatGPT, Gemini, and all of those. They are all falling under that. And so I want to know how you think AI could influence hands-on profession. Welding, HVAC, electrical, we're all hands-on professions. And how do you think it's going to impact your career? Why or why not? So I want you to think about this. Think about benefits, efficiency, safety, diagnostics, and stuff like that. So if you click on this reference right here that I put together, you're going to see some different ideas. And I've broken it down, and you can download this PDF or you can try clicking on it here. Like in welding here, if I click on this one on AI and welding by the American Welding Society, and I don't know if it'll launch directly from here. I may have to open link in new tab. Here you can see that the American Welding Society has addressed this here, and they talk about it, what's actually happening with it. So even though we may not think about some of these things here, it's actually being addressed in these careers. So find your career, take a look, right click, and open the link in new tab and see some of this. Now, you're not required to read these, but it's a good idea to take a look at these things. Find out what's going on in your career now, because everybody wants to wait till they graduate, but find out what's going on now. Get to know people in your career field, get to know what's going on. But either way, what do you think? You don't have to go out there and research everything. Certainly don't use AI itself to write your paper, because what do you think? Now, you're going to do 3 total posts for this. Your initial post, you're going to get 20 points, 150 to 200 words. That's about 7 to 10 sentences. Don't panic. If you write what you think, you're going to easily hit 7 to 10 sentences. Then you're going to find another student here. Once they post, respond to them. Okay? So you're going to come in here and you're going to click reply and you're going to type my first post. And you're going to click reply. Now, if somebody else has posted, you're going to see their replies. And when you find someone you like, you're going to come down here and you're going to say reply. And you're going to say, this is my second post. And you're going to respond to them, what they wrote, what their response was. And you're going to say reply. And then for your last reply, your final one, your last reply is 60 points. And the reason why I do it this way is because people won't do their 3 posts. So your last one is 60 points. So you're going to come in and you're going to find somebody and you're going to go, oh, here we go. And you can reply on a first post or a second post and you're going to click reply. This is my third post. So you're responding to 3 people or 2 people. You have your original post and 2 people you respond to for a total of 3 posts. That's going to give you 100 points. Now, discussions never qualify for an extension, ever, okay? Ever, because this college considers them participation. It's like you walking into a classroom, all right? Now, does everybody understand how discussions work? Everybody good with those? All right. So every week you'll have one discussion going, 3 posts. Now, as I'm going through grading, you might have a 20, and if you look at the thing, it'll tell you you need 2 more posts. So if you do a posting in the discussion, you got a 20, that's not your final grade. I'll go back and I will continue to grade all the way through the week, and your grade will go up. If it's getting towards the end of the week and you haven't put those other posts in, I will tell you, you need to put in 2 more posts or you need to put in 1 more post. I will give you messages telling you to do that. All right. And you check those in your grade. You'll see a message in there. Okay. We're going to go back to the modules. Gonna come back down here. So that's how you'll do your discussion. Okay, now when it says due by Wednesday at midnight, that means your first post. Need to have at least 1 post in there. Now, whoops, went down too far. Okay, so now how do we get into our book? We're going to click right here, connect to your book and complete the chapters. And when you do that, whoops, I'm sorry, that was the actual instructions. Click on your first chapter and you're going to get this screen right here. And you're going to say, create new account. Make sure that box is checked. You should see your first name and your last name. Your email, you're going to use your student email, your Canvas email. Type that in there, make sure it's correct and say create account. That's going to connect SimNet to your Canvas account. Okay. Now your ebook is connected to Canvas. I'm going to go ahead and close this tab back out and then click back onto my Canvas. And we're going to go back to the home page because once you have this connected, I want to show you how you would get back in. So we would go back to modules. We would scroll down and go back to that chapter, click on it, and now it will automatically take you right to the book, right to the chapter you need to be in. Okay, now you can see it's 13 pages, but it's interactive. So it's not like you're going to read 13 pages here. So you'll notice that it says task list, green check marks are complete, open boxes are not. You can see our items here. We have 13 items to complete. None of them are completed. Up at the top, right here on the left-hand side, it says 0% complete, 0 out of 13. This big box here going all the way across underneath take lesson, that will turn green as we finish. It opened on 6/1/26 up here in the right-hand corner. It's due the 7th and it ends on the 7th at 11:59. That means it will lock. We're going to start by clicking on Introduction to Microsoft, the very first item, and we're going to click there. Now, we are hands-on learning here at Southern Tech, and that's what you're going to do here. So you'll notice right off that there's not a lot of reading involved. We're starting off with 3 boxes here, a blue Show Me, a red Guide Me, and a green Let Me Try. The first two, the blue and the red, these are optional. You do not have to do those. The green one, this one, you have to do. That's the one that will get you the points. That's the one that moves the bar from 0% to 100%. Okay, we're going to start with the Show Me, and it does exactly that. It will play a video that shows you exactly what to do. Now, I may not have the audio on, so when I click play, you'll see that. Okay, so you see this cursor right there moving around and it's clicking on things and it's telling you because it wants you to pin an Office app to the start menu. That's what it's going to uh, be doing. Now, I could watch the whole thing and I'll get a check mark here in the Show Me, and then I can exit back to that screen that I started from and then check Guide Me, which is the next box, or I could just jump to Guide Me right here. Now, Guide Me, you'll notice it's the same screen, but here it's telling me how to do that same thing it showed you step by step. So click the Start button. So I'm going to click right there in the middle there. And it says that's correct. Now click Next. And it says now click on Word, which I did. And it says that's correct. And that's what it wanted me to do because the whole thing was to launch Word from the Start menu. Now you'll see that it moved automatically to Let Me Try, and it wants me to do everything start to finish without being prompted. Launch Microsoft Word from start, so I know click here, click there. And I finished that and I can say close. You'll notice I did the whole Guide Me, I got a check mark. I did the Let Me Try, I got a check mark. I didn't do Show Me, so no check mark, but if I come to the upper right hand corner, you'll see a box with an arrow. Click on that. Are you sure you want to exit? Yes, I want to exit. So I leave the screen, I come back. I have a green check mark because I completed it with that Guide Me. That's what got me the green check mark. I finished one item, so I have 1 out of 13 done, or approximately 8%. As soon as you do one thing, you have credit. If the system goes down, you lose internet, you lose electricity, your work is automatically saved. You do not lose anything. You don't submit anything, it is automatically done. So you don't have to worry about your work being lost. You are good. Now, if I say sign out and close that window and come back to my class and go to grades and go down to the chapter right here, you will see right there 7.69 or it rounds to 8. My grade is already in Canvas at this point. That is not a final grade. You will see that that grade will go up as I work. So don't think there's something wrong. It's got a grade. I wasn't finished. I know you're not finished. Go back into modules, go back down to the chapter, click on it. It'll open back up. I did that one. Go to the next one. Boom. You're ready to go. You're on the next one. All right. Everybody see how that works on your book. And you just keep working. Okay. Now, as you go further into the book, the items do not get harder. They're just different. Further does not mean more difficult, but you may get to something that you just cannot get to work. So let's say I'm in here and it's telling me to do something and I get it wrong. Okay, so I say continue and I try it again. And I do this and this and this and this. Oh, and I get it wrong. I don't know what to do. I'm just not getting it. So send me a text on the number that I sent you text messages already, or send me an email, and you're going to come up here to this left-hand corner where it says skill 2 of 13 and say, Mr. Haley, I'm on skill 2 of 13 and I don't know what's going on. I'm having confusion, whatever's going on, send that to me. And then you're going to come over here and across from the guide me, there's this little arrow to the right. Click that. And now you're on the next one and continue working. Don't say stop. Don't stay stopped. Don't bang your head unless you're listening to good metal music. That's the only reason to bang your head. All right? Continue on. I will get back with you. I will let you know what to do about the one you couldn't do. You go on and you continue working. Not your problem at the moment, okay? Now, if you're sending me every one, can't do it, can't do it, can't do it, that's a different conversation. But don't get frustrated. It's a class. You can do these things. But I'll tell you this about SimNet, it's a pain. Because if it shows you to type something uppercase, lowercase, one space, da da da, you will need to be perfect. Has everybody got that? You have to do it perfect. Why? You're going to be working with gases with those welding torches. You're going to be working with voltage. You're going to be working with medications. You're going to be working in careers where perfection is required. If you're putting together girders for buildings and you're off by a fraction down here, when you're 240 stories up, you're off by a foot. That's not acceptable. You're off on your voltage, somebody's house is burning down. You don't install heating and HVAC correctly. You can cause overloading, etc. You can cause people to have heat issues, refrigeration to go bad, etc. People lose products. Don't get me started on the medication. We've seen what happens with that. You have to be perfect. SimNet requires it to be perfect. If something is just not working for you, send it over to me, right? Everybody got that? Don't go bonkers over one item like that. That's what I'm here for, okay? Everything in this course you need to complete it, I will give you, okay? When it comes to doing the projects, uh, if you're trying to tell me, oh, I don't have Word or I don't have Excel, it's telling me I have to buy it, reach out to me because all that stuff is at no charge. That means you're trying to access something incorrectly, and I can steer you the right way. So that's how you do your chapters. Get out, exit, and close that tab. Okay, we're going to go back to our modules. The last thing you're going to do this week is a quiz. All right, when you click on that, it's going to tell you take exam. It's 17 questions. It's not an exam. Click that. And you agree that you're going to be the one taking it and say start exam. Now, do not go in here to take a look around because you're given 3 chances to take it and each question 5 times. Every time you go into the quiz, it's going to redo the questions. There's like 300 chances of, or 300 questions total, so it's going to randomly give them to you. You're not going to see the same ones, but again, it's hands-on. And I'm going to tell you how to do incredible on this, all right? So you have 5 chances at each question, okay? And it's going to tell you what it wants you to do, and you need to do it. So it's going to tell you to share it in this case. And let's say you came over here and you clicked on that, and then you did this, and this, and this, and then you did this, and this, and then this, and you kept going around because you didn't know what to do. So you closed all this, and you tried this, and you tried this, and you still don't know, and you're just fumbling all around here. And then it says incorrect. You missed it. But I want you to see what it did. It said hint right here, hint. This is where I want you to pull out your cell phone. And I don't want you to take a picture of you. You don't need more selfies of yourself. We know we're beautiful, right? You don't need pictures. Take a picture of this. Because see this hint here, right there? That is telling you what to do. Take a picture of that. Follow those instructions. It tells you what to do. So why isn't this cheating? Because you're going to have to follow complex instructions on the job. You can Google things. You can use an open book. You can help each other. I'm a realist. I want you to learn to use your tools. That's a tool. But you still have to know where things are. So how do you find things in Microsoft applications? Okay. So this big wide area here, this is called the ribbon because it's like a ribbon on a package. All right. So listen up. This is going to help you. Each one of these things here where it says file, home, insert, those are called tabs. And they're called that because on the old paper folders, those were tabs at the top. And this used to actually look like them. They had little markers that went around them. So those are called tabs. And where it says clipboard, font, paragraph, styles, those are called groups. All right. And then you got these little squares in here. I used to call those thingies. They're not. Those are called dialog launchers. And when you click on those, they actually open up other menus under them. See how they do that? Those are called dialog launchers. So when it gives you instructions, when you mess up, notice it'll say on the ribbon, and then it'll say where else it wants you to do something. That's how those instructions work. So it'll tell you on the ribbon in this tab, in this group. So you will still have to know your way around. All right. Now, once you do everything you need to do in the quiz, you'll say submit. And it says, are you sure? You'll say submit. And it'll tell you what you did, what you got right, what you got wrong. Now, all is not over still. If there was one you got wrong and you thought you did it right, you're going to send me a text or an email and say, Mr. Haley, question number 4, I thought I should have got right. You're going to send it to me and I'm going to read what you did first, because if you notice it tattles on you, it tells you everything you did. I'm going to read it. I'm going to say, you know what? You were very, very close. I understand what you did. You were off by just a little bit when you clicked. Yeah, I'm going to give you the point. But if you're completely off, no, you're not going to get the point. All right, everybody understand? If you ever think anything is wrong with your grade, ask. Don't get mad, just ask. I will look into it. I make mistakes too. And then when it comes to your grade, always ask. My class, anybody's class. Don't just let it go and be irritated with it. Always ask. You're the reason why we're here teaching. And so if you have questions about your grade, let it be known. All right. So that's how you do that quiz. All right. So when we come back to the modules, your first week is a little light on things so that you get introduced to everything. A chapter takes about 45 minutes. And depending on what you, if you do uh, the show me, the guide me, the let me try, it'll take longer. If you're only doing the show me and the let me try, it'll take less time. If you only want to go to the let me try, and then if you're having to redo them a bunch, then do the show me. You can do each item as many times as you want. No penalties. Okay. So how you learn in those chapters is up to you. Okay. Any questions on anything that I've gone over? I know it's been a lot kind of thrown at you really quick. Any questions? And we only meet on Monday nights at 7 o'clock. Okay. Now, throughout the week, I will send emails and texts telling you what's due, when's due. Don't forget to do this, blah, blah, blah. Anything that begins with class goes to everyone. So if you've completed something and I say class, don't forget to do this. You don't have to say, I've already done this, da, 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 da. It goes to everyone. It's a reminder for the class. Okay, that doesn't mean that I didn't see your work. So please don't be offended. It's a general class reminder. All right. Okay, so um, let me stop this part here. There we go. So that is everything I have for you tonight. I do want to say welcome to the class. Any questions you have, if you don't think that you're going to be able to get something done on time, let me know ahead of time. That gives me more options for you. Uh, Remember, get those 2 assignments in before 11:59 p.m. tonight so that you do get that attendance tonight. I'll send reminders through the week so that you have attendance on Thursday and try to get everything wrapped up so your weekends are free to work, to play, whatever you want to do. All right? And other than that, y'all have a great evening, and I will see you next Monday when we start Word, and we'll be introducing our first project for the course. All right? Y'all have a great evening. Oh, which questions are you talking about? If you are here for the questions for the career prep class, that attendance questions for the career prep class, that is, uh, that class was at 6 o'clock. This is a different class.